Lesson number 7, Food and Nutrition. Can you recall why do we need food? What is meant by diet? What are the reasons for variations in diet? Can you tell some of the food items in our everyday meals are given below? Read their names: rice, moong dal amti, chavli usal, chapatis, jawar bakri, cabbage bhaji, pumpkin raita, carrot salad, onion pakoras, garlic chutney, lemon pickle, yogurt, papad. Which of these dishes are served with large spoons or ladles, and which ones with very small spoons? Now divide these food items into two groups: those which are eaten in large quantities and those which are eaten in very small quantities. Staple food: chapati, bhakri or rice form a part of every meal we have. We eat more of these foods than of the others. Therefore, wheat, jawar, rice are said to be our staple foods. However, with chapatis, bhakris or rice, we eat several other items which make our meals tastier. Besides, for reasons of good health, it is important to include these food items in our meals. Variety in foodstuffs. What foodstuffs are used to prepare the other items in our meals? Some of these foodstuffs and their names are shown in the box on page 43. Which ones are you familiar with? If there are some which you have not seen, try to get a look at them. Can you tell? Look at the foodstuffs in the box: chikku, chilli, jawar, radish, eggs, cloves, groundnuts, sesame, bajra, safflower, bitter gourd, milk, raw mango, black pepper, cucumber, tamarind, lemon, chicken. From which ones do we get flour? From what do we get butter, ghee and yogurt? From which ones do we get oil? Which of these do we get from animals? Which ones give a sweet, sour, bitter taste or are spicy hot? Which ones do we eat raw? Which ones do we use in small quantities? Which ones are used in larger quantities? You have seen what a wide variety there is in our foodstuffs. We use different foodstuffs for different purposes. We use milk to get butter. We use flours from jawar, bajra to make bakris. To add a sour taste, we may use lemons or tamarind or raw mangoes. When making sweets, we may use either sugar or jaggery, which we get from sugar cane. Just as there is variety in the foodstuffs we use, there are differences in people's likes and dislikes. We tend to eat the items we like again and again. We also tend to always avoid what we don't like. However, the most important thing is to ensure that the food related needs of our body are all being met. The food constituents that meet the different needs of our body are present in all our foodstuffs in varying quantities. Some of these constituents give our body the energy it needs. We work or play all day long. Also, work like respiration and digestion of food goes on inside our body. The body needs energy for all this work. Some constituents help our body to grow. They also help to repair the wear and tear of our body that takes place in everyday work. Some food constituents help to nourish our body. They help to create a store of substances that give energy to our body. Some food constituents are necessary for certain special reasons. For example, some constituents make our bones strong. Some constituents give the body the ability to fight disease. And for all the functions of our body to go on smoothly, we need to drink plenty of water. If our body is to work properly, it must remain healthy. So, we must include all the food constituents in our diet. We get all these food constituents from different foodstuffs in different quantities. That is why we keep using different foodstuffs in our daily meals. Such a diet ensures proper nourishment for our body. Do you know, some people believe that costly foods are more nourishing than inexpensive foods, but that is not always true. All expensive foods are not more nourishing. Similarly, all cheaper foods are not less nourishing. Preserving the nourishment in food ingredients. While preparing food items, some of the constituents in the foodstuffs can get destroyed. We can take the following precautions to avoid that. When cooking food, add only as much water as it necessary. Use a pressure cooker or cover the food with a lid while cooking it. Sprout pulses before using them. Use them while the sprouts are still small. Do not wait for them to grow long. Use whole grain flour without sifting. Eat fruits like chickus, figs, grapes, apples along with their skins. Besides, vegetables like carrots, radishes, cucumbers, beetroot should be eaten raw in the form of salads. Whenever possible, mix 2 or 3 foodstuffs in a dish. For example, add onions and potatoes to ussals. Add drumsticks to curries. Add some soaked dals while cooking vegetables. A tongue for tasting. As usual, we had all gathered in the garden in the evening. Monica Tai said, "Shall I tell you something funny about our tongue?" As we drew closer to her, she said, "How do we make water sweet without sugar? Just try this. Chew an amla well and drink water right after that. The water tastes sweet." "Really, I never knew this," said Mary. Then Balu said, "We learned last year that our tongue helps us to taste things. But how does only one tongue tell us all the different tastes?" Subhash piped up, "So, do you want a different tongue for every taste?" That made everyone laugh. Monica Tai said, "Balu, we have only 2 eyes, and how many colors do we see with them? So, one tongue can also tell us many tastes." Observe this. Wash your mouth, clean your tongue, and stand in front of the mirror. Stick your tongue out and look at it carefully. You will see tiny peaks on the tongue. They are called taste buds. These taste buds tell us the different tastes. Know the different tastes. Let us see how the tongue tells us the different tastes. Collect the following things: sugar candy or jaggery, salt, tamarind or lemon, fenugreek, methi seeds, a piece of an amla. Taste each of these things. After tasting each one, rinse your mouth with water, wait for 2 minutes, and then taste the next one. Copy the following table in your notebook and complete it. Foodstuff taste: sugar candy, jaggery, salt, tamarind, lemon, fenugreek, methi seeds, a piece of an amla. Play a game. 4 or 5 of you can play this game together. One person is the it. Each one of the others tells it the name of a foodstuff. For example, raw mango, green chili chutney, rock salt, a bundi ladu, khari bundi, a chiku, a medicine, etc. The child who is it must show by miming what it tastes like. Take turns to be it. When everyone has had a turn at being it, the game is finished. What we have learned: our diet includes many different food items. There is great variety in the foodstuffs we use to prepare different dishes. The food constituents that meet our food related needs are present in these foodstuffs in different proportions. Our food related needs are met if our body gets all these food constituents in the right quantities. Our taste buds help us to know the different tastes. Always remember, our diet should include all kinds of foodstuffs.